I'm Kurt Loder.
And I'm Tabitha Soren.
And this is The Year in Rock. For the next hour, we're going to be taking a look back at a pretty bad year for the music industry. A year in which a lot of performers found themselves facing venues like this one, Giant Stadium in New Jersey, which, as you can see, is pretty empty. On the other hand, in some ways, it was a fairly healthy year for music itself.
We'll also be taking a look back at the year in litigation, a year in which those performers who weren't being popped by police the minute they walked out their front doors were usually being sued by somebody or suing someone themselves.
It was also a very eventful year for black filmmakers and for Madonna and R.E.M., among other acts, and for such issues as AIDS, sexual harassment, and European communism, which finally collapsed.
We'll be taking a look into all of that, but first let's take a look at the year in music, a year in which record sales slumped, new technology revolutionized the pop charts, and some once potent performers suddenly found themselves facing a lot of empty seats.
It's going to be a tour people are going to talk about for a long time.
Who would have thought that a tour called Lollapalooza would be one of the hottest concert events of the year? This all-day alternative music and arts festival was the brainchild of Perry Farrell, the lead singer of Jane's Addiction, and it appears to have been that band's swan song. Not only did Lollapalooza sell out more than half its dates, but it also was an artistic success.
Whenever in history artists have gotten together like that, Dadaists and stuff, heavy things have come out of it, so it can't hurt.
Plenty of tour this year, but not a lot of people came to see them. Ticket sales plummeted at least 25% this summer, the season in which concert promoters traditionally do most of their business. A lot of them blame the recession.
Everybody that is alive in the United States of America is feeling the bite of the recession.
Acts are just dying. Concerts are dying all over the country. This is the worst summer for concerts I've ever seen.
Many promoters hope that package tours featuring several acts at a bargain price might bring out the crowds.
In the market today, you know, the way the economy is, it's better to have a strong package with you than to try to take that chance and just go out by yourself. You need those support acts.
Yeah, is that for value of your money or because they can't do it on their own?
But the package strategy didn't work. Several such tours simply bombed, partly because several acts on the bill had recently toured on their own, partly because of sheer lack of interest, and partly because tickets cost 20% more than they had just 2 years ago.
There's too many bands and not enough quality.
Two package tours that did survive on the road were the Scorpions' Great White Trickster triple bill and the mighty Clash of the Titans. In 1991, neither multi-platinum albums nor supposedly legendary reputations could support superstar tours.
You're still seeing terrible losses out there. I mean, acts that did 15,000, 16,000 people last time around, 2-3 years ago, are doing 3,000 and 4,000. That's unheard of.
Even Sting sometimes had trouble selling tickets, and Paula Abdul picked a tough year to embark on her first tour.
But the 1991 concert season wasn't a total disaster. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, The Grateful Dead, Rod Stewart, ZZ Top, and Van Halen all did big business.
People are just not stupid. I think the fans are just getting... They've seen a lot of rock for 20 years now, you know, and they've been seeing a lot of different shows, and they know who's good and who isn't.
All of us are agreeing that we're having the best time that we've ever had on a tour, on this tour.
Besides tours, there were also festivals.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The first and the biggest was Brazil's Rock in Rio 2, which took place in January.
It's genuine excitement and craziness. It's an event, you know.
Although it was a financial dud, Rock in Rio 2 offered a wide range of music, as did most of the other festivals held around the world in 1991.
Festivals are good because they prove that people will slam dance to anything, even ballads. They have enough beer in them.
Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up.
In September, there was a big party at Moscow Tushino Airfield to congratulate Soviet youth for resisting an attempted coup.
It's like Donington plus 10, isn't it?
Ironically, the show was marred by violence, which was a major issue on the U.S. concert scene, too. Festival seating was again questioned after 3 people were killed at an AC/DC show in Salt Lake City. And an investigation of a New Jersey venue turned up 20 cases in which fans had been abused by security guards.
And 1991 wasn't just a rough year for the concert business. Record sales were down 11% the first half of the year.
Another milestone for the music industry was the advent of a new charting system called Soundscan, which revolutionized the all-important Billboard charts. Soundscan computers tally sales as soon as records are purchased. New acts suffered, but rap and country benefited from the new system. And country star Garth Brooks went to #1 twice with the same record.
Who the hell is Garth Brooks? That is one of these questions nobody really seems to know.
Since the advent of Soundscan, an unprecedented number of acts have entered the charts at #1. The first being Skid Row with its Slave to the Grind album.
I thought it was missing a couple zeros on it. You know, it's like 1.
Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and Van Halen also entered at #1. In the past, chart-topping albums such as these would have boosted business throughout the industry, but not this year. Even Michael Jackson's long-awaited album Dangerous, which also entered at #1, and his Curious video seemed unlikely to turn the record industry's fortunes around.